Hello, my name is Jessica Barajas, and for my persuasive speech, I'm going to be discussing the topic on why the government should provide free or reduced childcare to all. So, I'll begin by introducing my topic. Um, so, we all know that being a parent is no easy task. It requires patience, financial ability, and lots of time. For this reason, is that we need childcare, um, and children require supervision 24/7. So, how can an individual balance childcare 24/7 while also maintaining a full time job? The answer is that it's truly not possible, especially with the high cost of childcare. So, many of us are actually parents, which is why it's an important topic. We're full time students, we're employed full time as well, we're employed part time maybe, and many of us are parents as well. It's impossible to manage full time school and a full time employment and still be able to care for a child. Therefore, many of us look for daycare or other schools that will provide us with childcare. But the problem is that these daycares and childcare is very, very expensive. For this reason, is that I believe and I want to convince you all that the government should help individuals pay for childcare. The rising cost of childcare affect many individuals. Specifically, it affects their job stability. According to Lisa Hamilton, president of the Annie E. Casey Foundation, the cost of childcare has increased 220% in the last 3 decades. People are not able to focus 100% on their jobs because they have to either leave early or struggle finding childcare, take the day off to care for their children themselves, and then eventually they're forced to leave the workforce altogether, which obviously causes a decrease in income and leads to them going through financial struggles. Specifically, a report done by PBS, it found that more than half of working parents with infants or toddlers reporting having been late to work, leaving early in the previous 3 months due to childcare, and 23% were reported to be fired for it. If we look into these statistics further, we'll realize that the population that is being affected the most is actually women. When we compare these statistics with men and women, women are the ones who are the ones that are leaving their jobs and having to I guess, convert to being stay at home parents because they're the ones who, I guess, socially have the responsibility of being child caregivers. A report by Annie E. Casey found that in 2020 through 2021, 13% of respondents with children under age 5 experienced job challenges such as quitting, changing, or refusing a job offer due to childcare problems. Additionally, it was reported that women are 5 to 8 times more likely than men to experience negative consequences with employment because of their caregiving responsibilities. So I'll share this image here. So this is a figure that shows the percentage of women and men who um, were able to keep a job on based on whether or not they were able to find childcare. So if you look at the mothers in comparison to the fathers, regardless or not if they found childcare, they still were able to be employed. And when comparing that to the mothers, only 77% of women who did not find childcare were able to stay employed, in comparison to that 95% of men who did not find childcare and were able to remain employed. And this is also because that same concept that women are the ones who are supposed to be mainly responsible for taking care of children. So if we think about it, for single mothers who have to get a job because they're basically a single parent, and they only have one income coming into their household. Um, this can be having childcare being paid for them can create a big impact for them and help them substantially. Inability to find childcare also can have a negative impact on a child's well being. So, if we look back on the prices or the costs for childcare, statistics show that monthly childcare prices in 2018, adjusted to 2024 dollars, range from 5,940 per school age children in a home based setting and 19,000 for infants in a center. Research suggests that some mothers forego employment due to high cost of childcare. So again, we're talking about these really high costs affecting the employment for many, especially mothers. And since these costs can be a large percentage of an individual's income, many of them opt out for not putting them in early education. Like I know I put my son in daycare. It is childcare, but they also have a curriculum, and they read books, they study throughout the day, throughout the week. They have different subjects. So it is very costly, but it is very beneficial to him. Um, so when parents are unable to afford like these types of programs, like early childhood education programs, um, it has a negative effect on the children's well-being. Without a significant early childhood education, children are more likely to fall behind their peers, and closing the gap will likely prove to be difficult. Research has shown that the consequences of inadequate early education include academic struggles, behavioral issues, and even poorer health outcomes in adulthood. Additionally, children who miss out on early childhood education are more likely to drop out of school and more likely to never attend college. It's very, very difficult to think that something such as early childhood education could affect children in the future. And even other research shows that all this money that is being spent on daycare in the early years could take a huge toll on families. And if it were to be covered by the government, this additional income could go to more important things such as a college fund for the child in the future. If childcare were to be covered, um, parents could return or stay at work, which could generate an additional $94,000 estimated in lifetime earnings for mothers. In conclusion, um, this was a very, very important topic to me as a mother who's enrolled in university full time and also has a full time employment. It's very, very difficult to manage that. Um, and also having to pay for childcare. I don't get to put any money away. It all goes to childcare. Um, but I mean, I guess I am able to have a job, get experience, and have my son get an education as well at a young age. But it is very, very difficult, and I know that other students who are parents can relate to this. And having this help from the government and having childcare be covered more, even if it wasn't free, even if we just had more assistance with the financial aspects of it, it could make a huge difference for a lot of people. And thank you so much for listening. And hopefully, I was able to change your mind and have you guys know that this is a very important topic that could change lives for many. Thank you.